What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to discuss if Dreams is the best PS4 game ever. Now, this could be quite a leap for a lot of people, and I don't disagree, but I do want to have a general discussion. Dreams comes out tomorrow on the PS4, and I didn't do a preview of this game. I didn't really talk about this game leading up to its launch, but I'm actually going to be buying the game, I have bought the game. I'm getting it tomorrow. We'll have more videos of Dreams, probably more talking about the actual game, maybe me playing some levels. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see me cover when it comes to Dreams. But again, for this one, I kind of want to go over basically what people are saying about this game. Okay, now I didn't play the early access of this game, and if you bought the game, remember this game actually, you could purchase this game for a discounted rate, play it in its alpha and beta state, and then you could actually have played it 3 days early. I believe this past Tuesday you could have started to play it before it actually comes out on Friday. But people and I didn't do that. Okay, so I'm coming out ahead of that by saying that. Now, people have played this game for a very, very long time, and now reviews, like full reviews, are coming out for this game because obviously, its full releases here. And Dreams has always been a game for me that I've had very tough love for. Back when they first announced this game, I was so excited for it. I was right behind this game, and I gave it my full support. But throughout the years of them literally taking forever to make this game, and I don't fault Media Molecule, I see that now more than ever. But throughout these years, I kind of dropped it off. I went more towards like the joking insults, being like, hey, why did it have to take 15,000 years to make a game like this? But then when this game is actually out, you kind of understand now, like, you know what? This game is revolutionary in all the right ways. And that's pretty much what people are saying in these reviews is like, listen, this game, firstly, I don't think this game is for everybody, okay? It's absolutely, and I honestly don't even think most of it is for me, because this game puts such an emphasis on creation, the fact that you can literally create anything. Now, that was kind of the thing that they pushed at us when this game was first announced, but I don't think people truly thought you could do like anything in this game, right? Like they said that, but you're like, okay, well, there's got to be limitations to it, right? And then when it took so long, it's like, all right, you probably can't make that many things, and the game is taking forever to make, but you know what? You actually can. You can pretty much make anything to your heart's content, and that's kind of been the thing that we've seen over these last couple months as people have played this game and as people have discovered it, is people are literally making video games inside of video games. People are literally creating art that could probably be sold in an art museum. People are creating music that real-life bands probably couldn't even make. It's incredible what people are making in Dreams. And again, like, it's not for everybody. If you're like, even for me, I am not an artistic guy. I have a lot of ideas in my head, but video making, like doing this stuff right now, it's about as creative as I can probably get. I do play the guitar. I've played the guitar for a very, very long time, but like in terms of literal creation, like if I wanted to create a level in Dreams, I don't know if I'd be able to do it. Now, the game actually does simplify things and gives you all the right tools to help you make everything, so that's awesome. But even I'm going to assume, now I haven't played the game yet. Even by the time you guys are seeing this, I haven't played the game yet, but I will be starting tomorrow. I think I'm going to have a real hard time creating my own things. However, the other half of it is you can play other people's creations. You can also take things that other people have made, which I think is just absolutely amazing. This one article I was reading gave an example of like if you created something like a world and you wanted like a lamp post, you can make your own, or you can literally take a lamp post as long as somebody else makes it available from their level or their world or whatever, their creation. You can literally take it from them and you can use it and not like steal it from them, but you can replicate it and use it in your own thing. So it's absolutely incredible. So like when I asked the question, is this the greatest game, like not just on the PS4, but is this one of the most revolutionary, is this one of the greatest games ever? I feel like if you're into these kind of games, I really don't know what can beat it. And also, when judging, like if I were to do a review of this game, and even when reading other people's reviews, I like in the back of my head I was thinking, how exactly do you criticize a game like this? Really? Because if the game is made for this specific group of, like, you could say, like, well, I don't like creating things. But then, like, okay, well, the game's not for you. So is it, like, the greatest game ever? Well, does the greatest game ever have to serve everybody? This should probably be the question that we ask. And I don't think that's true, right? Some of the best games last year, one of the best games, in my opinion, even was Death Stranding. Death Stranding, to some, is probably game of the generation. To others, it's a walking simulator and it's boring. And I understand, and by the way, I understand both, but that's kind of just the situation that game falls in. To some, it's a masterpiece. To some, it's nothing. But can you even really, if you say like, oh, it was terrible, it's just a walking simulator, well, the game's not really for you, right? So like, can you really judge it? And I guess you could stretch that argument to anything, and then you could say, well, nobody can review anything, like subjectively, right? Because you could just say, well, it's not for you. So I get that argument, but in my, like, from an outsider looking in, and from a person that doesn't even feel like he's going to be able to do the creation part, I am so excited to play Dreams, and I'm so sorry to Media Molecule. I mean, and I said it to like Tyler. I didn't make videos like bashing them, and even if I did, which I don't think I did, like we're such a small channel that like who's gonna actually like we don't have the power to like influence people to like drive them away from this game, or so, you know what I mean. So like I didn't like publicly bash them and make like a big deal of it. It was just kind of a funny joke. It's like, well, another year without Dreams. Oh, this is like the 80th year that we don't have. Like it was one of those things. But you know what? Looking at it now, literally they've given people the tools, and they actually, I believe there's like a mini story mode in this game that's a few hours long too, so they did actually give you content made by them, but they literally have given us tools to make whatever we want, literally whatever we want, and that's insane. I've seen people make Superman levels. There was obviously that thing that went out a couple weeks ago of somebody making The Last of Us Part 2 in a PS1 like form. It's like, what? How? These people, I love these kind of games. I said the same thing for Super Mario Maker 2, and this is Super Mario Maker 2 times a trillion. I truly do believe that, because like when those games come out, when Mario Maker, when the first one came out and even when the second one come out, it is a time for the community to flex just how creative they truly are. And it's absolutely amazing how creative people are, because truly in those just for an example, for Mario Maker 2 or even Mario Maker, we have found, you could watch numerous videos online, there's people that have made levels that I think that the people who have created Mario levels, for like a job for like the past 20 years, they'd be envious of, right? Because it's just like people are so talented, and they just kind of need the tools to be able to do it. And now you make a game where you give, like the whole point of the game is to give other people a simplified tool set to make whatever they want, and then they do it. And then they surprise us with just how incredible they are. And that's in the Mario form, right? You can only do Mario things in that. Now, there's a lot of variations, but it's only Mario. For Dreams, it's absolutely insane what you can make. I mean, and again, I think the only maybe criticism you could throw at it would be like, well, how mainstream, how easy is it to make these things? Like, how easy are the tools to make it? But from everything I was reading, it seems pretty darn easy. And here's the deal too: the people that are gonna make like the greatest levels or greatest worlds or greatest creations that we've ever seen in our lives, they don't necessarily need these huge tutorials, right? They'll probably figure it out on their own because they're just that good. So even if you were to complain that the tools aren't like, if I were to go into that game and I were to blame the tools or blame how Media Molecule pushes it on me and be like, I just don't think they taught me well enough. Well, guess what? I don't think my creations are necessarily going to measure up against the greatest ones. And for me, I always see these games from my perspective. I buy Super Mario Maker 2, which I did day one. Actually came on my birthday. I bought that game day one. I'm buying Dreams day one because I want to play what people that are way more talented than me, what they've created. I'm not buying this game because I'm like, oh boy, here's a creation game. I love creation games. I'm so good at making my own levels. I'm not. And for a completely different group of people, they do that, right? And I think for those group of people, you look at Dreams and it's literally they're giving you the entire world. For anybody that's ever been like, man, I want to make these levels, and they like Mario Maker, or they liked Little Big Planet, which was kind of at this point the prototype for Dreams at this point, right? So like those people are looking at this game and being like, the world is my oyster. Like I can do whatever I want in this game. And for those kind of reasons, again, not for everybody, but I haven't even played the freaking game yet, but I do think that this could be one of the greatest games ever. Definitely one of the more revolutionary games ever. Is it like going to be my most is it going to beat like the Uncharted series for me? Is it going to be better than God of War? Is it going to like invest me in it more than these really awesome story-driven games that me personally, I love story-driven games? Is it going to do that? No. So to me, it won't be like my favorite game ever. But in terms of like the importance to the game industry or the importance to that kind of genre of games, they've done something that nobody else has done, and they've earned it. Media Molecule, I mean, because they've taken so long to do it. But you know what? Looking back at it and looking at it right now, I'm so glad Sony allowed this to happen. Because there was a lot of times where I would, tell Tyler, I'd tell Nick, I'd say, like, how does Sony let this happen? Like, you have a development team, but they haven't made a game in so long, and it just keeps getting delayed. It's like you have to pay their salaries, you're putting all this money into it, and then they're just not giving you anything. And like that, I assume that from a financial point, even though Sony would say now, like, hey, we had no problems doing it, I'm sure financially they weren't exactly happy about it. But you know what? Now, and I hope it makes its money back, by the way, but now, like, looking at it, it's like, yeah, they needed that amount of time, and I think this game is going to be, honestly, revolutionary. So I cannot wait to play this game. Guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think this could be one of the greatest games of all time, or at least even creation games of all time? Let me know. Also, again, let me know what you want to see Dreams-related on this channel. I'll be playing it. I'm mainly going to play other people's creations, so let me know if there's a top, maybe like a top 5, like my favorite creations kind of thing. I'll be live streaming it, so we'll have videos on Dreams throughout the next couple days into next week as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed to have that bell icon rung so you guys know when these videos go up. And thank you, as always, for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.